Yeah, I think I'm recording now, right? Okay. So we will create the object oscillator. Yeah. And we will open create another object, control 1. It's DAC. So yeah, when you do the homework, I would suggest you to create those two message box first. This is for open and close your whole P patch whole system. So don't attach those two things to your system, because when you make a mistake here, for example, you open a sound and it's really loud and you don't know how to turn it off here, you will click here and it will just shut down. So it is for protection for your whole system and your ear. So don't attach those two things to your system. It is separate. Okay. So you should create these two boxes first, and then you should work on your problem here.
How we make those boxes?
Those two? Okay, control 2. Control 2 is a message box, or go to there, put. You see here, put message. So it's control 2. I think it's, if you use Mac, it's command 2 or something. Okay, message box, and type in those things. Yeah, so here, PD DSP1, you know, so you just do it. Yeah, we are going over 71. Yes. So cool. So I'm doing step 1, 3 now, yeah, because these two things are together. I will do this first. So we'll create another object, multiply tutor. Multiply tutor, and we'll link those things together from outlet to inlet using those circles here, the circles. So cool. So now we have those things. So for oscillator, we will give it a frequency of 40. So it's a message box here, link it here. And we will hear no sound now because we don't have amplitude. So we will create another object called line. Object called line. Okay, so we'll link it to here. And for line, we will do it, we'll create another message, 120 to open this amplitude, and another 020 to close that.
May I ask something? So does it have to be like 20 or specific number?
Yeah, good question. So here 20 means you go from your current state. So you are, if you close this term, your current state is 0. So you want to go to 0 to 1 during 20 milliseconds. So it means 20 milliseconds. If you use other thing like 200, definitely cool, but yeah,
slower.
You can try it out, yeah, because you will go slower to your destination. Okay.
Okay.
Then leave it here, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you want to test your system now, lock your screen, do Control E. So it's locked. So you can click here. So if you want to, so you click here, nothing happened because you close your deck. So you open your audio, click 440. You guys can hear my computer sound, right? Okay, cool. So, so you guys, yeah, if you are very, let's try it out. So you can hear it's slowly, it's, you know, ramp up from 0 to 1 through 2 seconds. It's very slow, right? So this
I
is,
see.
yeah. So we will do it like this.
May I ask one more thing? Like, so for the line box, so when it's connected to the multiplication box, why does it have to be on the right inlet but not the left, like the
Yeah,
bar?
sure. Actually, for this multiply, it doesn't matter. You can do
Oh.
it. You can kind of change those two things. We can try it out.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good
okay.
question. I mean, if you use your PD, you can just do anything you want. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we can
Okay.
try this. Okay, so we will test it if it works. So it doesn't matter, right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, so cool. We will do the thing as the normal way. And now for this one open and close, we can use another thing to replace these two things. That is, we will use a variable. So we will create another message box, type in $120. Okay, so $1 means variable. It's a variable, so it will take what goes in here. So we will create another object called toggle, TGL, and you can link here. So whatever comes into this box, so this $1 will take the value here. The value here, if I click here, so lock the screen, click here. If I click here, so it is the cross. So actually it sends out 1. It sends out 1, so you get 1 here. If I click here, you can get 0. So 1, 0. Open, close, 1, 0. Okay. So if we open the deck, it's the same. Okay. So cool. We will then delete those two things here. So we get this. Okay. So now we finish the step 1 and 3. So I will use Control D to duplicate this thing. And we will do step 2 and 4 together. So in step 2 and 4, we will, so now we can manipulate the amplitude, but we cannot manipulate the frequency. So now in order to add some variation to frequency, we will use 440 and we will add another message box, 6060.
Excuse me, why did you make a copy?
Oh, you don't need to make the copy. You just need to hand in your final answer. Yeah, so you can create the whole 5 steps together in one system. But for me, in order to clarify it clearer for you guys, yeah, so I do a copy. You don't need to do it in your assignment. Okay.
How did you do it? Control and D button?
Yeah,
Control and D?
You can say edit, duplicate, Control D. Okay, so you make a copy, duplicate. Okay. So yeah, you don't need to do it because I just split your homework to 3 steps. So 1, 2, and 3. This is the final step. So I will do a copy here and yeah, do more things. Okay. So here we have 440 and 660. Let's do click here and lock the screen. And now, like, okay, now we can transfer from 440 to 660 by click on those boxes. But we want to make the transit smoother. because now it's very very quick from 440 to 660. We want kind of like a transition in between. So we will add another Control D, add another line object. Line tutor. Okay, line tutor, link here, link here, link here. So now we have 440 as our destination. So, and we will give it 100 milliseconds to slide between those two frequencies. 60, 100 milliseconds. Okay, so now we will lock the screen and to see what will happen. Cool. So yeah, this is for step 2 and 4. So we create this system. So for our last step.
Excuse me?
Sure.
Can you explain what the 100 after the frequency means?
Yeah, sure. It is the same here. It's the same here. No, so it is also a line object. So here you kind of like multiply the $1. So but here you have your destination as 440 frequency, 440 hertz, and you want to go to 440 through 100 milliseconds. So actually you can click line, right click line, help. So you can read your documentation for this line object. You can see how you use line here, and they will have the explanation for what those numbers mean, like 1,000, yeah, what those things mean. But here, your first item, 660, is your destination, and 100 is the time you transit from your current state to 660. Okay. Yeah, I hope it's clear. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, let's do it. If I give it like 10,000, let's see what will happen. Okay. So it basically means you take 10 seconds to go from 440 to 660. You will use 10 seconds, so it's a really long time. Yeah. So it's the effect of this thing. So step 5, we will use the delay object. So I put the table here. You can see it. So first, so you have those time and frequency and on/off. Okay, so we will create multiple delay objects. So the first is from 0 to 0.5 seconds. So it's 500 milliseconds. Sorry. So delay 500, it means 500 milliseconds, 0.5 seconds. And you just do it multiple times. Delay 100, 1,000, delay 150, delay 2,000, delay 3,000. Okay, so we have those 6 objects. And now, let's see. Now we want to link those things to our system. Okay. Arrange them in a line.
Won't you need a delay 0?
You don't need delay
Won't you need
0.
a delay 0?
Yeah, you don't need to delay 0 because you can link it to it immediately when you open that. Okay, so we will create n. So first, for time 0, you don't need any delay object, just link it here directly. Okay, so it is 0. It means 0. So, okay. So first at time 0, you will slide to 440, and you will your amplitude is on. So you will link it here to here. Okay, amplitude on. And then 500, you will slide to 660. Slide here. Okay, link it to delay and 660. So, but now you don't need to link anything to here again because it is always on. It's still on. So 1 second, you will slide to 440 again, and no amplitude. And you don't need to do anything to amplitude. And 5,000, you will turn off your amplitude. So you don't need to link it to any frequency, but you just turn it off. So 2,000, delay 2,000, slide to 660.
Can you explain what the number 1 and the $ mean, please?
Yeah, sure. This $1, right? Okay. Yeah, so $1 means a variable. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, it basically means you use a toggle here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to exemplify this thing. Maybe we can try print it so you know what happened. I don't know if it will work or not. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh my god. So, okay, it means $1 means you click here, it's cross. It means this thing, this toggle output 1. So you receive 1 here. So you click here, it is closed. So it sends out 0. So it becomes 0. So it is a variable. It takes any value you send into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if it can help. Oh, there's no help. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe I can think about better.
I think I can explain a little bit of what I understood about like earlier. I tried it also, like for $1. So because it's like a variable and like on the top it's connected to the toggle, and we've tried like the professor has used like the 2 message box together, and it's 1 and 0, right? That's the other method to do that. And if that's the case, when we connect the toggle to those kind of message box, like the ones without the dollar sign, it wouldn't change. It's like no use in that case. So it's because toggles, when you click it once, it represents 1, and click it again, it becomes 0. So it's 1 and 0, and so it's like a variable that like fluctuates between numbers. So you need to use a variable. That's why you need the $1 here in this message box in order for this toggle to work properly. I think that's how I understood that.
So is it like turning it on and turning it off?
Yeah, because the toggle is like turning it on and turning it off. So when you connect the toggle to this message box with $1, it's like a tool that kind of helps you receive the message. Oh, like now it's 1, and then when you click it again, I'm gonna receive a 0. So it's a tool that allows you to accept the change of number. If it doesn't have a $, it wouldn't accept the change of your numbers. Yeah, that's how I understand.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation. So I think in the chat, Miles gave us a very good explanation. Yeah. So it's a placeholder. It's a placeholder to format the message by replacing $1 with the input. Yes, I think it's a placeholder. It's very, very professional explanation. Yeah, I mean, let me try this thing here. So you see, it bends, right? If you input $1, it bends every time you change it. So actually, it just receives what's input here. Yeah, somehow like that.
Okay.
But,
Thank you.
Okay. Cool. So let's continue with this. Okay, we did delay 2 seconds. Slide to 660 and turn the toggle on. And then 3000, slide to 440, and nothing with the toggle. And last 3500 and turn off your amplitude. Nice. Now we can listen to that. What will happen? Yeah, I think this is your homework. Yeah. So do you guys have any questions? So I saw in the chat.
And can you make a more advanced patch for, like, for example, a patch that is related to like next week? Or like future weeks?
I don't know what that means because you haven't learned those things. So I don't know. I don't think I can, exemplify those things. I can only do it later when the professor already taught you those things. I can, maybe go over those things with you guys.
So when I did this assignment, I, in addition to having the 440 with 100 milliseconds message for the line, I also created a 440 with 0 milliseconds to be the first tone in the melody.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I noticed that it would slide up from 0 hertz if I first open the file.
Yes, it will slide from 0 hertz.
But would that be okay if I just didn't do that? Or should I have it slide from 0 hertz in the beginning?
I don't think it's
not that important.
I don't think it's compulsive. Yeah, you can do anything you want.
Oh, okay.
start with zero heart. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
that's okay.
Sorry, may I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
So, is the like the DSP button like necessary?
This one.
Yeah. For the A1.
I think if you don't do this, you don't know when you open that, when you close that. So you have to go.
Yeah.
Right,
You
open
go
those
to
things
the
and close.
other.
And it is actually a protect.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, yeah. If you make any mistake here.
Another
make-
thing is like so is there any so requirements for the stop button, like the $1, like how long it takes to stop, to turn the amplitude to 0 or to turn it back? Is that
Yeah, it's 20 milliseconds.
it's like it should be 20 milliseconds or
No, you can do
Oh.
anything you want. You can
so
make
it's not like something that is required, like there's
it's not required
Okay.
in your assignment, but yeah, we use 20 milliseconds because we think it's fair. Yeah, it's not too quick or too slow. But
So and just to like confirm, so like both the 440 hertz and the 660 hertz are going to last over like 100 milliseconds.
yeah, it's stated here 100 milliseconds in your step 4.
Thank you.
May I add to something like so like for PD, DSP, the two toggles, so because I asked like professor whether to include it in the system, and you suggest that we don't, right? But because you said like it's like a switch that's protecting the system to like stop or open immediately. But I realized even if I include it in the system, I can still toggle it immediately and it will stop immediately. So does that mean it's fine to do that then?
You mean there's an error, so you cannot like turn down the sound when you click this?
No. I mean, because professor said it's better to include it in the system, right? Even though she did not require us to do that. And I mean, yeah, like you said earlier, you said it's not okay to do that because it's like a protection that helps you stop or turn on immediately. But I realized even if we include it in the system, I can still toggle it right away to stop the whole thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
does that mean it's okay?
You're right. Because when you toggle this thing, it can close because you did the right thing. If you don't do the right thing, for example, you forget this $1, this dollar here, just one, then you will, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
From you doing the wrong thing. Yeah, you forget to do something or you just do something crazy. Yeah, it's a protection.
Yeah, I mean, even if I include those two buttons like PD, DSPs in the system, I can still press it like what you did when you separate. Like, yeah, you can, I don't know, maybe you can try, you all can try. I just tried it in my own assignment and it still works.
Okay, so those things are not required in your assignment. If you don't do that, you just have this thing hand in. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it won't be any problem. But it might own suggestion for you to do this. Yeah, especially when you're working through the system before you done with your homework, it is definitely a good thing to have here. But if you already done with your system, you already debugged everything. So maybe you don't need those things too. Yeah, if you want to open your audio, you can go to the audio setting to open that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, but because it's just quick, it's quick for you to, for your reaction. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. So one question, what is PD DSP1? It just means open your audios. Yeah, it means use your audio microphone to output sound from PD. It's the same thing if you go here, like preference, audio. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing to open your audio. Yeah. Permission is supposed to be just a PD file. Yes, you just submit a PD file. Yeah.
Sorry. Another thing is like the line set. I don't know how you make it so like clear, but in my case, it's very untidy, and I'm not sure if you are able to read the.
Oh, the line document?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a problem or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can go over it together. But yeah, this is something, there's something wrong because.
I mean, like, I don't know how to make it tidier.
How to make the line tidier or?
Yeah, to make it clear to read. I mean, it's
You
basically
mean this documentation?
No, I mean my PD patch looks pretty.
Oh. So you mean this thing,
Yeah.
right? Too many lines.
Yes, and they're all like overlapped and stuff. So I'm not sure you're going to read it or you just play the.
We will play it, and
Okay.
if it doesn't make sense, we will read it because although it's kind of like messy, but yeah, you can always tell where the line goes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it will be appreciated if you can make it tidier. Yeah, like this for us to read much easier.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Any questions? So if there's no question, you guys should turn in your homework today. Yeah, before.
Just me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so turn in today before 12 p.m. Okay, so, okay, if there's no question, I will help Eliezer with his problem and other people can, yeah, take a rest. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
So in the assignment, it says that it's gonna borrow the melody is borrowed from the marching chant of the something. How do we? Are you supposed to like integrate that melody in the software, or how? Like, how does it know what to read? I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It just means this thing you create here. Okay, this thing you create here, this melody is the same melody as this song, as that song. But yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Eliza, can you share your screen?
Yeah. All right. All right. Oh, it says host disabled attendee screen share.
We'll see how this goes. I said to get used
Can you
to
share
this
it
stuff.
now?
It's great.
All right, yeah. All right. Right